go, right in the train.
Alright guys, we'll start you off with a little history about the park here. We actually weren't always called Gatorland. We first opened up in 1949. Mr. Owen Godwin and his wife Pearl decided to name it the Florida Fish and Wildlife Institute. Well, the reason why that name didn't stick around for too long, well, it's just plain boring. You know, no one wants to go on vacation and go to a place that sounds like a school or a government building. So it actually wasn't until about a year later we decided to change things around and rename the park Snake Village. Now, I love working with snakes. I think that's an awesome name. The problem with having a name like that back in the day, though, is people had no idea what we were doing over here. Whether or not we were an amusement park or research center or just a village of snakes that would roam around and bite you any time. Now that clearly wasn't the case, but it wasn't until about 4 years later. It was actually Pearl's idea. She was walking around, saw that she had about 16 acres of land and a whole bunch of gators, so it just made more sense to rename the park Gatorland. Well, now having the official name of the park, we need people to come and visit. So how do you do that? Some good old-fashioned advertising by hitting the road and spreading the word. So Mr. Owen Godwin actually grabbed his truck, he painted it bright orange, and he put that Gatorland logo right on the side. Now we found the biggest, meanest alligator he could at the park, which was Cannibal Jake, who had a reputation of eating other alligators, so it sounded like he needed some fresh air. So they put him in a trailer, they tore him around about south of Miami, all the way up the east coast to about New Jersey, where along the way they would stop at circuses and carnivals and charge people about 5 to 10 cents to come take a look at this modern day dinosaur. Now once they were done touring around the east coast, they came right back down to Florida, started to count up all those nickels and dimes they had made, and realized they were able to expand the park from 16 acres to the 110 that we are today. Alright, we're now heading over to the crocodiles over here, so I'll slow it down, you guys can get a better look. Over here in this first enclosure, you actually can see Morgan right on the bank. And it looks like Sheila's about to say hello to all those folks right over there. Now these guys are saltwater crocodiles. They're found in northern Australia and Southeast Asia, and they're the most aggressive of the crocodilian family. Now that second enclosure, we actually have 3 female alligator, along with 4 spectacled canines, and our oldest alligator, Pops, is in there as well. Pops is about 60 years old. He's actually a retired wrestling alligator. Now this last enclosure, you can see that guy, looks like he's about to go right under the water. It's actually the biggest crocodile we have here at the park, and that's Big Daddy Dundee. Now Dundee is about 13.5 feet long, and he's just shy about 1,200 pounds, which makes him one huge dude. Actually, when we go to feed him at night, we all kind of scream like little girls because he comes jumping out of the water. We'll start chasing you around.
It's not bad with the lighting.
Now we actually do have 2 other species of crocodiles here at the park. You can't see them from the train ride, however, so when you're done with the train ride, you can get a little bit past the train station to the Jungle Crocs of the World exhibit, where we have the Cuban crocodiles. They're like short little stocky guys. And we also have 4 Nile crocodile as well. Now you'll be able to recognize those Niles right off the bat. So they're the ones you see on